Hey, this is not a political statement. I got my mask on because the Cowboys gonna win the Super Bowl and shit. You know what I mean? So we need y'all to stay in the house so we can get past this COVID and all that. You know what I'm saying? This is my setup. This is what it looks like. This what happens when the round table come together. And listen, man, I know it's a lot of other little tables just running around here calling themselves tables, but I mean they can do it when it's square or like when it's rhombus or like triangle or something. But it's only one round table, ladies and gentlemen. It's only one. It's only one. It's only one. You know what I'm saying? First the King, Law Nation, Okoye Media. What's happening, fellas?
What's good? What's good?
Yo, Macho. What's up, fellas?
Man, everything. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot of interesting tidbits in Cowboy Nation that we got to go over, and who better? Who else? You know what I'm saying? So Dak Prescott did not get his long-term deal done, but there seems to be people in Cowboy Nation that think, oh, the Joneses are racist. They don't want to sign their quarterbacks. They don't like Dak Prescott and all this and so forth and all that. So I just kind of want to get a collective of logical opinions. That'll be you fellas. And hey man, we just want to figure this thing out and get the vibes and all that. Koye Media, you got something you want to say, sir?
Well, when it comes, you already know I don't really like going in Dak's contract, but I will dig in because we're doing it right now because it's been such a big issue after Patrick Mahomes or whatever, right?
Sure.
I feel like those who feel like Dak's being disrespected, they're coming from an angle of ignorance. And I don't mean in a negative way. I'm just saying we don't know why Dak's not signing. It could be he doesn't like the terms as far as the length. I heard he didn't want to sign a long-term contract. So when you see Patrick Mahomes and say that's a 10-year and that's a unique contract, Dak doesn't necessarily want that. So you can't want something for him that he don't want for himself. He don't want that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And whatever he's asking for, if it's not in a spread out in a way where the team can do what they want to do, they don't want that. So it's polarity, man. Like they somewhere in between, and I don't feel like it's any shade on either side. I think they both doing what they need to do to try to recapture leverage, and it just negotiating is an ugly thing, especially when you're doing it where right now we'll be in training camp where it's a non-issue and we're more like getting football on the road. But because we're extending the off season and we need things that like kind of like sink our teeth into, they're swarming on his contract something crazy, and because of that, it's making a normal what I think is a normal negotiation look like it's more than what it is. I don't think Jerry Jones is purposely not paying him. I think he's not giving Dak what Dak wants in regards to length of contract. I don't think it's a dollar sign issue right now because Mahomes is his deal is a long-term team-friendly deal. But I don't think Dak won a long-term deal.
I just find it weird that people like Cowboy fans, right? Like they can look right at the Bleach Report and they'll be like, the Cowboys offered Dak Prescott 4 years, $36 million. And then with that same breath, they'll be like, they don't want Dak for real. They don't want Dak for real.
Right.
It don't make sense to me, man. Like, of course, I think Dak can be a top 3 quarterback in the league. I think he's gonna be the MVP, and Lord know he win that Super Bowl, he's gonna be able to get what he wants. But I just think that they think what I'm thinking. They thinking that they can get more than that. You know what I'm saying? Fuss, what you think?
Yeah, and it's funny because the Andy Reid effect with Patrick Mahomes. I don't think that Dak has ever had that level of coaching.
Sure.
To really, and I think Mike McCarthy is that type of a coach that is catered to a quarterback. And so, to me, I do wish it was done, but I'm kind of on the lines of Okoye here. We go back and forth on a lot of things, but I'm just kind of like, man, listen. I think it's the years, not the money.
Sure. Right.
I do think that the Joneses. Now, there's been times I'm like, well, is Dallas so? What's going on? I do think that Jerry don't have a problem spending money. If anybody in law, correct me if I'm wrong, it's Steven who's probably pushing back. If we being honest, it's Steven who's probably pushing back.
But I like that though. Don't y'all like that a little bit though?
Yeah, you want some of that out there. You want somebody to be able to look at it and say, okay, we're not going to give you the form. And then you want somebody to say, yes, I'm going to give you the form. And then they sit down and they go over
And they
everything.
go,
And,
yeah, and
and
they
you
go,
giving the
yeah.
guy like bases loaded, so it's like you got two different stories. You got some teams or some quarterbacks are trying to get contracts or in contract years, and they don't have the talent around them at all to do it.
Correct.
That couldn't act like if you are going to go into a season without security in your future, right? And you're going to go into a season with a franchise tag getting paid
This the
ridiculous
best
money for
year.
1 year, right? And you got
Yeah.
to prove it year. If you're going to go
This
into
is
a
the
season,
year.
other than the fact that COVID is dead smack in the middle of your world, like this is the best way to step up to the plate with bases loaded right now. Like you got every bit of talent you can ask for offensively. The defense is showing up. You got a new coach that's catered to. His track record is I make quarterbacks look good. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's his track record. Aaron Brooks was in the league when Mike McCarthy was in the league. When Mike McCarthy left the Saints, Aaron Brooks lasted a year. That was he didn't look like Aaron Brooks ever again. It was like he never looked like
That's a
that
good
again.
point.
So it's like
I
think
remember
about
Aaron
that.
Brooks.
Aaron Rodgers as well. Like all these guys. Brett Favre had his best years with Mike McCarthy. So you got to say, like, at the end of the day, if he's going to continue that trend, what the hell could Dak ask for other than that? So those who think that is like hate or shade from the organization, it would be shade if they were saying we're not going to pay you and you are the organization. But they built an organization around that. So at the end of the day, if he want what he want, then get on. Like, you got to bet on yourself. This is what betting on yourself look like, right?
Show
now.
me
That's
play.
what-
Show
what
me.
it means.
Listen,
Ain't betting on
play.
yourself if it ain't no risk. You got to do it then.
Listen,
If
play.
not, take the contract.
Yeah. Okoye, just to speak on your bases loaded situation, and I want to just put this out there to everybody so they can understand. Pat Mahomes come from generational wealth. His father played I guess professional sports, right? So he had money. He identified with money, knows what it feels like to play with money and these sorts of things. Right. Now, Dak Prescott didn't get cut from the same cloth, but Dak Prescott can look at it and say, okay, what's good for Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs is good for me. No, I don't want Cowboys fans to say, well, see, he's taking a team-friendly situation. No, it's two different lanes, two different avenues. Yeah. And I think that Dak Prescott, when we look at everything, maybe they couldn't get the deal done. This is one thing that I will say what Dak Prescott camp does and what Dak Prescott naturally does on itself. He said he does not negotiate contract during the season. So that's why they haven't spoken to each other since September of last year and waited till after the season was done until what it was. I think it was the combine when they spoke again. Right. So it goes to show you that sometimes even me, I can be so entrenched with the national media and listen to what they're saying. But in actuality, when somebody tapped me on the shoulder and you say, you know what? Low key, Dak Prescott, he don't negotiate during the season, which is
and I think you hit it on the head with the national media. Once Mahomes got paid, it's like all these Dak reports started just flying, and you saw Twitter just erupt with wow, Mahomes. Right. Yeah, that's it. That's the word right there, Corey. It was instigation. And if I'm Dak, I'm actually like, nah. If Dak is smart in a sense that he may just be like, you know what, I'm good. Yeah. Get this guaranteed, because like you said, I don't think Mike McCarthy, I've said this on previous shows, Voch, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves for developing Aaron Rodgers.
Sure.
Like, Aaron Rodgers, I'm going to be honest with you, and I was doing some research on their new situation and the issues that they're having with the coaching staff over there and Aaron Rodgers and why they drafted Bryce Love and a couple other things. I'm telling people there was something there. It was a power struggle there, and it was one of those things that was like, I think Dak is the complete opposite of Aaron Rodgers when it comes to wanting to be coached hard and wanting to learn the game.
Sure.
And I think that if I'm Dak, I'm like, shoot, Ceedee Lamb, Mike, like you said, you already went over it. Shoot, I'm gonna wait this thing out. If he gets to an NFC championship or the chip, he can ask for what he wants. Truthfully, if Dallas gets to the NFC East championship, for me, being a fan, 20 years. And not seeing that, if he gets you there, Law, I think he gets a payday. That's me personally.
Yeah.
I've been saying constantly, man, this the best part about it. Mike McCarthy ain't got to be Belichick. You just got to be better than Jason Garrett. It don't take much. It don't take much.
Right.
All you got to do, listen.
And you got a bunch of cheaters on your team on both sides of the ball. Like everybody run like 4-4s.
All you got to do is spin records. All you got to do is spin records. You ain't got nothing else to do, dog. But I'm with that though. I'm just more so of the thought that both sides doing their job. Both sides doing their job. Like if they gonna offer Dak 36, Dak could take 36. But if Dak and Todd France think that they the best and they could be top 3, I just got Ceedee Lamb. Kellen Moore, this is second year play calling. He probably gonna get a little better than last year. Okay. Upgrades. My defense got better. Bet. I will sign your little franchise tag 100%. I'm probably gonna be healthy because Dak don't miss games. Let's go make 40. Let's go make 41.
And Kansas City showed you too, though, that while everybody is saying that you need a great defense and a dynamic run game, Kansas City really went out there and beat San Francisco throwing the ball, and scheming them up. So like, it can be done.
Yeah, it can be flat out done. And here's why Dak Prescott got their relations with Todd France. His college, I guess, teammate is Fletcher Cox. Who is represented by Todd France, as well as, remember, this guy had to set out one of the greatest interior defensive tackle we've seen with our eyes. Aaron Donald is represented by Todd France, and he had to set out an entire year, almost entire offseason, I meant to say, in order to get his coins. And I think that Todd France probably walked into that thing and said, man, I got Aaron Donald and Fletcher Cox money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bully Jerry Wayne Jones and Stevie Jones. And Voch and Lombardi can tell you that you can't bully them too.
Because Todd France be bullshitting, man. He want to go in there with that big stupid number and get pissed off and not call nobody back. Quit playing, man. Quit playing with it, man. I just hate how the fans are taking this. They're like, "Oh, the Cowboys, we look terrible in front of the league." Says who? Where did shit come from? Who said that?
That's what he feels. Whoever said it is whoever smelled it dealt it.
This some national media.
This quote from you, bro. Like this quote is from you, bro.
Did some Chargers fan tap you on the shoulder, be like, "Nah, fam, this make y'all look crazy." Stop listening to Chargers fan. And they call him selfish. This man been playing for $32 a year for 4 years after taxes. $32 a year. You know what I'm saying?
Working at the grocery store.
You know what? And I'm gonna tell y'all something too, though.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this. I had a conversation with this with somebody the other day about how professional Dak is. You know?
Yes.
Like I can honestly say, I've never seen it. Dak is probably the most professional quarterback in the league. I'm talking about from any game, no matter what happened, he gonna go to that podium. He gonna wear his bow tie. He gonna answer questions. He gonna keep a poker face. He not gonna cam through. He not gonna. There's no knock on Cam Newton. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be who you are, be an individual. But he not gonna go up there and make excuses. He not gonna tell the reporter, "Do you know what a cover 3 is?"
He not going to Mexico. He not going to Mexico. He gonna be with his team. That's why I like about it the most. He signed that goofy little franchise tag. He said, "You know what? I'll play for this little franchise. I want to be with my people because I can't afford to miss this window right now. I can't afford to miss this camaraderie period. Ceedee Lamb, I need to be in the building throwing with that kid because he got a big role to play on this team. Me and Tony need to get work in. Me and Coop need to work on road game stuff. I don't need to be in Cabo right now. I love that."
Yeah, correct.
Plus,
hey,
Lo, one more thing. Plus, I don't want Andy Dalton looking too good out here now.
I want to throw this spice out there too.
With those weapons, he can.
Go ahead, Lo.
I wanted to say this too with Dak Prescott. I think he's undefeated when people call him out.
Fair.
It's only when after they beat him, then they call Dak Prescott out. But when they call him out before the game, y'all remember Josh Norman?
Sure.
Y'all remember other?
He make you pay. When you say something out your mouth, he make you pay.
He makes you pay. I like that type of Dak. You know,
that got like multiple. He got more trucks during the season than I think Pollard do, man. He done truck more people during the season than Pollard.
Because Tony don't play enough, but we're gonna try to fix that this year. We're gonna try to fix. So listen, fellas.
Now hold on. Zeke said y'all disrespecting him, so don't.
Let's talk about Zeke. Y'all want to talk about Zeke for a little bit?
Oh, Zeke.
Hey, I do.
Go ahead, Foots. Go ahead.
I do. So, Zeke, I've been getting into a lot of talks with people about running back.
Yes, sir.
And for my money, Zeke has had some, but he's had some starts, and he's had some times where you like, man, he's not hitting the hole the same, but whatever. But for my money, the consistency part, Zeke, the last four since he's came into the league, he's been the most consistent running back. Sure. I think we can all agree. Sure. And I felt him on Twitter, like, you know what I mean? It's been a lot of bashing. It's been a lot of, you know, Saquon love. And my thing is, Saquon is very good. Saquon is great. He's super dynamic. But the problem I have with Saquon more or less is he's a gem on a terrible team versus, like, I felt like Zeke's 2016 year. Sure. Saquon has never had a year like that, and I don't think he ever will. That's just me personally. We rode Zeke, you know, as a rookie. Granted, our O-line was better, but I just feel like I felt him on that on that tweet more or less.
So, Fuzz, what do you say to the Cowboy fans that say Zeke done got fat? What you gotta say to them?
I think that Zeke is aware of. Zeke, unlike Dak, Zeke is on Twitter. He sees everything. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Dak sees everything too. Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't think I just think that this was a great time for Zeke to, first of all, get fresh.
Show us.
Stay fresh.
Show us.
And you said show us.
Show us.
So Voch, you sound like you got some reserves about the guy.
Listen, man, this is my thing, bro. This is my thing. Like, and this goes back to the ex coaching me or whatever. Like, quit whining so much. Like, quit whining so much. Like, if you like, why are you worried about some miscellaneous non-name coach saying, "Oh, Zeke's not top 10 to me"? Why you worried about that? Why you worry about that? You want to know something that'll fix all this? If you win a Super Bowl, it'll fix all this. Because then you get to say, oh, well, they love to say running backs can't win Super Bowls. Oh, boy. Then Amari Cooper be like, well, they say I was soft. They say I'm soft on the road. They say wide receivers can't win Super Bowls. Here I go. I'm Dak Prescott. They say I'm trash. Now, granted, Dak don't talk. But the only way to shut all this little mess down is to go out there and smoke people. You deserve everything you're getting right now. You 8-8. You 8-8. You one of the best quarterbacks in the league, best running backs, best wide receiver, best teams in the league, and you win 8-8. You deserve it. You deserve it. If you don't want this to happen anymore, go out there and smoke some ass. That's all you gotta do.
You know this remind me of with Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes, sir.
The reality of the situation. This is his first time. This is going into his 5th year, right?
Yes, sir.
This is his first time going back and forward with these national writers and beyond. And it had to come from after he got paid and got his money, right?
You've been the best all your life.
So I'm thinking that now the weight of the pressure, now we know for sure, because year 1, year 2, year 3, and going into year 4, Ezekiel Elliott never responded because people said more crazy things to Ezekiel Elliott, especially due to the domestic violence and the suspensions and all of this other stuff that was on his plate. Now all of a sudden he's speaking, so now he's ready to just be released. I think that this year is going to be crazy. He don't have any off-season situations, right? As relates to him not being at practice and these sorts. So I think Ezekiel Elliott is ready. This is going to be a year for him.
Koya got something to say. I saw him do that side to side Philly head nod. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Koya got something to say.
That was me agreeing with Law on that one. Like, that's 100. Like, he got nothing really to hold him back this year, but I think he likes to keep a chip on his shoulder. He's emotionally fueled, so that probably helps him. That's probably why he leans a little bit more. Where Dak is like a serial killer, and he don't care either way what you say because he gonna do it regardless. Ice cold. Yeah. So it's a little different. But to those who say, like, all right, when you're looking at a Alvin Kamara, a Christian McCaffrey, Tony Pollard. Doesn't matter, like, those types of guys. Everybody, there's not a person on this earth who telling the truth when they say they don't like Lamborghinis and they don't like Ferraris. I love Lamborghinis and Ferraris, right? But you don't. But by the time you get a Lamborghini and a Ferrari, you're not buying it because you need it.
Sure,
you're buying it because you want it.
Yeah,
you don't need it. Nobody needs that.
Wow,
you want it, right?
That's a good analogy.
I drive trucks, but yeah.
But you need a Hummer. Zeke is a Hummer. He a Hummer. Now you need a Hummer. Of course you want a Lambo. Of course you want that. Do you want the dude that can just go 90 yards every time? Kamara breaking 6-7 tackles, like squeezing off people, and he only got to play 3-4 downs like that dude Coleman that used to play for the Falcons. He plays for the 49ers now.
Tevin Coleman.
He got sickle cell, so he can't play a lot of snaps, but he'll get 6 carries, 100 yards. He do that all the time. You know what I'm saying?
But Okoye, you know it's burning him. You know it's burning him. When you see CMC get 99 rating on Madden, you know he plays those
they playing with Zeke's name though. He's saying put some respect on his name, but what they just did, and then the other reason other than the fact that he just got his contract, Voch, law, is he also never been 5 years in the league consistently doing what he do, and somebody disrespect him. Sure. When they disrespect you when you're young, hey, I'm young, I got to prove myself. When they disrespect you 3-4 years in, hey, I held out, okay, I understand, or hey, I got in a little trouble, I understand. But now he ain't done nothing, and he been consistent. He's still getting disrespected. So that's a little bit more so probably why he like, listen, I'm ready now, and he going back and forth at it. Because if you don't know by now, then you tripping. Because you could look at the highlights. Hey, Christian McCaffrey, he 10 yards up the field before he get touched because he just a scat back. That's the type of guy he is, and he receive. He a lot like Pollard. He got some strength to him, but he not him and Kamara. Those guys are not thumpers. Yeah. Zeke he'll hit when look at the Patriots game. He didn't have a great game on the ground, but if you look at the first half, Zeke was smacking dudes in the mouth like defensive linemen. They was the ones getting up slow. They was getting up slow. It was a rainy, nasty game, and I was like, that's the type of back you want when you're going up against a team that you evenly match with, or that might be even a little bit better than you. You don't need to be better. It's just blunt force trauma coming down all day long, and he don't get tired. So leave him alone. Let him be a little bowling ball. Let him get pissed off. I do want to see him get his explosiveness back. If he lose maybe 20 pounds, he probably could. But at the end of the day, he knows that he takes more of a punishment than anyone else. So maybe that added weight might be helping him insulate with that too. So I don't really try to tell guys that because it's a balance there. More weight. He ain't like he been playing bad. He got a little bit of weight. He might not break those ones like he did against Cincinnati his rookie year. Sure. He might not be getting those 70-yard plays, but he's still quite effective. So I say that extra 10 pounds, let him keep it.
Something else too, though, is just from a nuance, like, offensive minded thing. Like, I wonder how much better Zeke would be if we weren't running the ball on first down so much. Like, if we were less predictable on first down.
I was just about to say,
go ahead, then,
we don't do a good job of. Yeah, I don't think. I was just about to say that goes back to coaching. Like, coaching is so important. I don't think that we do a good enough job marrying the run and the pass and switching it up more or less. And I think one of the big problems that we had was, like you said, first down runs. It would be so predictable. And the type of runs that we had, you knew when it was going to be power. I don't think we ran enough counter trey. I don't think there was enough times where we got Zach Martin on the move. Voch. I think that was, me and you talked about that a lot. Like, let Zach Martin get up on these linebackers, design different runs.
Run left and Mac or Colin, like both of those.
Pull both of them. Like, these are athletic guys.
Football can move too.
Too much, just listen.
Tyler
and so, Beatrice can definitely move. And so I just think that. And listen, Voch, I hear you about the crime, but I think we are in a time now where we are seeing more athletes just take to Twitter. Like, you see a Mike Thomas on Twitter defending himself all the time. You see guys, different guys around the league. Now some don't. It's a lot of throwbacks. But I'm not mad at Zeke because when I looked at it in a vacuum, because I'm always in arguments with Redskins fans. Right. Well, I don't know what they call today, but
the Washington football
Washington fans, right? Washington fans, and I've literally been at games where Zeke just melts the game away. Yeah. 6. Like, dog, I really watched Zeke rush for 150 and not have a run more than 7 yards. Like, that was crazy. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like Okoye saying, like, bro. Yeah, bro. If you in a 30-degree game, come on, Voch. You need that. You need that. He just get right back up.
Like Jim Brown versus Gale Sayers.
Right.
Get up. You getting up. You getting up slow. He get up the same speed every time.
And then do the eat and do it on you.
Be like, I'm right back at you.
And Foots. Now, by you watching all of that, close your eyes and imagine Ezekiel and that Kyle Shanahan's type of system, what they were doing over there in 49ers land.
That zone blocking.
Wow.
Oh my God.
But
Raheem
man,
Mostert is not that great.
Hell
You know?
no.
Yeah.
Imagine Zeke getting touched only 10 yards up the field by the time you recognize he got the ball. It's like, that's not fair, man. If it was any illusion or any type of mysticism with this offense, it would be scary, man. Like misdirection and all that. Like, yeah. That's crazy.
And that's what and like even spending this offseason, we've had none but time. I've literally studied Mostert, Kyle Shanahan, the way he designs his runs.
Oh my
and
goodness.
like I put some of it even in my youth game. Like, okay, that's a good woo. He does a bunch of eye candy, a bunch of motions just to do the same stuff.
But they blocked them linebackers, boy. They blocked them linebackers.
Yeah, and they, oh my God, they get
you know a game to look at if you want to see like quality running on both sides of the ball. Mostert is in this one. 49ers last year versus Baltimore.
Oh,
that was the craziest running game I ever saw. I'm like, this is running the football. Like, I did a video and I just never released it. I don't know what I did with that video. I got to do it again. But that was crazy,
good
man.
Football.
That was
good football, man.
I just think that you know. Now I'm gonna tell you this though, Voch. There is a section of Cowboys fans. There's a section of people that Zeke got paid, and I don't see the same.
Right.
And that's just I definitely get that. But I'm like this.
They just count his money.
With this team, if you can't get 8 people out the box, if you can't design stuff, then we need to go coach Okoye Law, Voch. We need to go put on we need to.
Oh, we going to Super Bowl. I go coach that thing. We going to win the Super Bowl.
Right. Just let me play. Let's let me be the secondary coach. I'm good with it. That's all I need.
Listen.
That's all I need.
Because I'm like, dog, there's no way. Okay. And even another year of Gallup, man, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary. It really is.
It's gonna be fun, fellas. So peep this out. And I know y'all about to be so shocked that I'm about to say this. So I've been watching a bunch of defense lately. Because normally y'all asses the ones watching defense, and I'm normally neglecting the hell out of it because I want to be super nuanced on offense.
Macho.
Bro, let me tell you something. I came up with this theory the other day, and I'm gonna drop a series of videos in the week talking about it.
We bad motherfuckers.
There's one player on this defense that's gonna set it off for everybody. Can you guess? Koye, can you guess?
One player.
One player.
Wow, I want to guess this. This is gonna be crazy.
Y'all get one guess.
I'm going to say that one player is Aldon Smith.
No, sir. Foots. One player. You got to guess.
Bro, hold on. Is he a rookie?
It don't matter. One player. You got to guess.
It
doesn't apply. One player. You got to guess.
One player.
One player.
I know who it is. If it's
Experts.
No, sir. Law Nation. One player.
Man,
one guess.
Look, man.
One player. One guess.
Last year we saw regressions in his skills and everything.
No,
from
sir.
The aspect of the outside media.
No, sir.
But I'm telling you guys, he was living there. It's just that he couldn't get free.
No, sir.
My dog D Law, man,
No,
he's gonna
sir.
really set it off this year, man.
Listen.
Hey, he didn't lift weights during this time last year. Keep that into y'all mental, right?
True.
Get that blunt bum shoulder.
That's true. His back was fucked up too. Oh, excuse me.
Everything.
Back was messed up too.
That's
Sorry
cute.
about that. Freudian.
That's cute. But Dontari Poe about to make everybody's job easy.
Wow.
Let me explain.
No need. It was understood.
Y'all know my relationship with One Tex. I normally don't like them because they big, fat, sloppy, and can't run. Okay.
Yeah.
So you either get somebody that's 330 and can't move, or you get somebody like Antoine Woods that can boogie a little bit, but he's not strong. He's not big and strong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dontari Poe, outside of his prime, even last year, could not be blocked one-on-one. And he ain't got to be a Pro Bowler. I don't need him to be that. I just need him to be.
What games do I need to go watch?
All of them. All of them shits. Tampa Bay. Look what he did with the Saints. Look at what's going all of them. Falcon. Look. Dontari.
So linebackers gonna be running free is what you're telling me.
Watch this.
100%.
You either because watch
can't
it.
double team Law. They can't double team McCoy.
Film session coming.
That number 45 for the Falcons. You ain't heard of him since Dontari Poe left there.
Deion Jones,
Deion Jones kind of like obscure now, right?
Film session coming.
He was the man with Poe.
Film session coming. Y'all know me. This my thought with Dontari Poe. With him versus offensive lineman, right? You first of all, you either gonna this how your combo system work. It's either you gonna be stuck helping too long, and you can't get the our fast ass linebackers, or you gonna look to your guard and be like, "Hey man, Van Der Esch beating me to my landmarks, man. I can't hang on Poe too long, and Poe gonna be one on one with something. He gonna eat. So this was gonna happen, right? And I've never thought about this because as a Cowboy fan, we don't get one ticks. So what his big ass is gonna do? He's going to allow Gerald McCoy to be smaller. That's fine. Gerald McCoy can be small. Just win one-on-one blocks and B-gap. That's all you need to do. DeMarcus Lawrence can't get double teamed no more. Whoever the hell is going to occupy right defensive end, they're not going to be getting double teamed. Van Der Esch get the run free. Jalen Smith don't got to deal with blocks no more. And when your pass rush gets better, your DBs get better.
Yep.
Dontari Poe is the key to all this. He the key to all this. And I'm thinking, I'm like, where the hell the other, big and fast one techs in the league? They don't really exist.
It's a dime position.
Already got moves on top of that. Like,
he got moves. He got moves. So we don't need him to be a Pro Bowler by himself. We just need him to be complimentary guy to our other Pro Bowlers surrounding him. Jalen, Van Der Esch.
Everybody around him better. You're right.
That's all we need.
Yeah. Nothing you can do to any of them. Like like we said, if Alden can be anywhere near himself, that's crazy. D-Law, he's not getting double teamed. We're not just stunting him all over the place. And out of position. Then you got even Woods. When Woods comes in to spell either one of those dudes, he's not asked to be what Dontari Poe is right now. He's not asked to be that anchor either. So it makes everybody's job easier if he can be that linchpin.
Plus,
I'm just interested to see his Nolan's defense, man.
How much better?
I just want to see it.
Nolan, I just want to listen to his interview. Nolan, if you say you're coaching, your team plays up to his coach's attitude. If you look at Chris Richard, he was fiery but no bite. Not a lot of bite, but a lot of fire. A lot of like, I'm going to come at your neck, and that's how we look.
He was
yelling around, but it wasn't real. We wasn't real scary. Nolan is a calm, serial killer-minded looking dude. Where it's like, I don't do shit but chew nails and take fucking names. That's it. That's how. Excuse me again. But that's
you
how
already cussed 3 times though. We good. We good. We good.
Yeah, but you could bleep that out. But it's like his temperament is what this defense needed. Like somebody, I was thinking like Bill Cowher before, but I knew he would never come out of retirement. But I like Nolan's temperament. Yeah. He is football is in his blood. He talk man like Parcells. I speak man. And he a man's man when it comes to the way he coaches. Rob Marinelli had that, but he was a little too. I think he was a little too old in my opinion. No disrespect to him at all.
I like George Edwards, man. I like what he did for the Minnesota Vikings from 2014.
Kind of out of touch. Marinelli.
Yeah. But this George Edwards, even by him being a positional coach, and we know for sure he know how to put those linebackers in right position. Everything we like about Anthony Barr and Kendricks over there in Minnesota. Now we got him. Now we got him to elevate LVE.
Hey, you know what? Minnesota's linebackers play so good. They always are stout. You ain't lying, Law. I'm just interested. I'm just really interested. I'm interested to see. I really want to make sure that these DBs, Voch, not to go.
Do your thing. This the round table playboy. Do your thing. Go ahead.
But okay, I want to make sure that these guys are getting a fair shake to compete because I just want Trevon Diggs on the field. I've been telling you that, Voch, since I've been saying that. I've been saying it, bro. I just want him on the field.
What you said, Koya? Say that louder so Fuss can hear you.
I said, why wouldn't he be on the field? Like he's if you saying that it's an open competition, which it is because it's a new coaching staff. There's nobody in love with nobody because, actually, if anything, here's the uniqueness of this year with the young guys coming in. These young guys are coming into a coaching staff that selected them.
Sure.
They didn't select the players that are already on the team. So if there's anybody
that all off season.
If there's anybody's gonna get a fair shake, is these rounds, this round of draft picks will get a fair shake as opposed to next year's who are coming in and competing against the guys you liked last year. Like Trevon Diggs will be going up against whomever next year, but you got two guys that you selected, so it's a little different. But everybody who was already on the team now I don't think it's no position that's locked in over there.
Well, Koye, you know how these young DBs get, shattered confidence can set them back by them not being able to in that. I know not that guy, but that Maurice Kennedy and the Worleys of the worlds, those guys are hungry. And I love it because now we can get a fair shake at competition as relates to defensive backs, though. Yeah.
If you got those guys, like Worley is every bit of 215. Now he can cover though. I like the way Worley covers. He handsy all the way up the field, physical. He from Philly. He got that Philly attitude. He bring that to. He beats you up as a corner. So does Canada. He beats you up as a corner. Trevon Diggs is his the way he presses. He's a lot like Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman put his hands on you, but he's not stopping you. He just kind of measuring you all day.
He's faster than Sherman.
And he played with his eyes real well. So like him, we got Reggie, who I did like 3 breakdowns on him, but RG2 or whatever you want to call him. Yeah. But he's gonna be a beast. And then we still haven't even gotten to Cheeto and Jordan Lewis, and I think Anthony Brown coming back. I'm not sure. Is he coming back? No.
Yeah, he's AB back. Yeah, they signed him actually.
Think about that on corners. Like, there's not a corner that I name that I don't want on the field. So I like that. Like, it's not one that
you don't want Savion Smith.
No, sir.
I didn't name that dude.
No, sir.
I don't. So I do not endorse this man.
So I got a question. So
Worley can play safety if we needed him to. So because of his size. So it's like that's what I'm saying. I like what we got right now, and I think everybody gonna get a fair shake because of the new coaching staff.
So like Pete, right? Because all of y'all are defense. Not all of us, but all of y'all are defensive guys, right? So we talking about Diggs, right? Diggs is really the flexible, like puzzle piece of this thing. So I'm gonna start with Foots. Do we go for the easy replacement or do we go for where Diggs fits best? Example: if we trying to get our best corners on the field and Diggs is one of them, he's probably a better outside guy. So, but do you take Jordan off the field, who's a better outside guy, or Cheeto off the field, who's a better outside guy, or do you just say, yeah, Diggs can play nickel, but Brown may play nickel better, but Diggs is a better cornerback than Brown. You see what I'm saying? So what combination do we use to put Diggs on the field for us?
I'm gonna be honest. I've said it. Dang. And you guys feel. Let's disagree. Dang. I know you already know what I'm about to say.
Y'all trying to push my man off the bridge, man. But go ahead.
I want Diggs on the outside, and I'm gonna tell you why. If he's in trouble, his length gets him out of trouble,
and the sideline helps.
It's just
the sideline.
There you go.
Sure.
And he's physically a big corner, like that can run. So when Okoye makes the Richard Sherman comparison, it's facts. Here's the difference: he's faster than Sherman. He really his stealing has always been to me, Voch, a key to lead.
Sure.
I want, and now to Law's point, young corners do get in trouble with confidence. You saw it with DeAndre Baker. Now he got some other stuff going on too. Right. But you could see one game and you could just really ruin your career. Or you could be Tre'Davious White and come in as a rookie with the Bills, who I wanted Dallas to draft. Voch, we covered him.
Yes, sir.
And next thing you know, he looking like an all-pro corner.
Yes, sir.
So I'm kind of like sink or swim with some of these guys because I'm like, dog, if you play in the SEC, then you done seen NFL talent to me.
Right. That's fair.
And so that's where I'm at with it, yo. I just think that Trevon Diggs, for him to only have that 1 year and he looked that good, if he can continue to be coached up, that's where I'm at.
Koya, you next. But Foots, if he's outside, who do you take off the field? Are you taking Cheeto off the field, or you just bump him inside? Because I know you ain't moving Jordan because you like Jordan. So what's the move? Look at your face.
I'm gonna let one of y'all answer.
Look at your face. Look at your face.
I'm definitely gonna go through it though.
I asked the hard questions around here. Koye.
That's tough.
Koye, what's your configuration? Because I already know you've been trying to move Cheeto either outside or back for a while. So Cheeto, nickel, Diggs, and Jordan outside. That what you're thinking, sir?
You remember Time to Kill when he had to walk the jury through the mindset. So try to imagine with me for a second, right?
Okay, sir.
Number one, the Cheeto problem is solved because you move Cheeto. Cheeto likes to use his eyes and instincts and roam. He's quietly one of our best tacklers on the team, period. Sure. Got crazy speed, great instincts, but we were hampering him by asking him to kind of man everything on that side of the field and asking him to give up cushion because of the way we were playing with the safety Rob in the box in that non-flexible scheme we had, right? Cheeto belongs where we had, in that robber position where we had Xavier Woods last year just roaming the middle of the field.
Sure.
Cheeto belongs 15 yards off the ball in the box in the middle of the field. Anything going there, Cheeto's length and his acceleration, his instincts, you don't want to throw the ball there. And then, like you said, Dontari Poe allows us to free up his responsibilities that he had to the run because we were funneling everything towards Cheeto last year, and it made it so that he didn't look as good as he could have looked because you automatically knew before the play started that they were going underneath Cheeto to force them into a position where Cheeto can chase and tackle the ball and stop the ball. That's what they were trying. That's what Rashard was forcing the offense to take that rather than trying to beat Jones on the other side of the field. So Jones looked better because nobody's going to waste their time waiting for him to get off the press when you got 15 yards of cushion over here. So he looked better than he actually was, and Cheeto looked worse than he actually was, and it was probably somewhere in the middle for both those guys. But this year, I think we're going to see a little bit different if Cheeto is in the middle of the field. That's one. As far as confidence with Trevon Diggs, pay attention. I'm going to put this out too, but pay attention to the LSU game. Although it got called back, when you watch the play where he got beat by, I think it was Jeffries,
Chase, Jamar.
Oh yeah, Jamar Chase. He got beat over the top, right? He just mistimed his jump, and Chase kind of pushed him in the back to kind of make him glide away.
Was it Jamar Chase? It was Jamar Chase.
Yeah, he came up with his head down, and you could say like, well, maybe I was looking at that to see his confidence. Yeah. The very next drive, they went at him again. They called it back because 24, whoever that was, jumped off sides.
Caught a pick though. Yeah.
But he caught a pick immediately, and that's when I said, okay, he got a short memory. He don't give a damn. And if you pay attention to that game, they ain't play with him the rest of that game. He followed Jeffries and Chase all over the field the rest of the game, in the slot and outside. But I do think he's better outside. I agree with you there, Foots. And I don't think we'll have a problem with that because I think you have Jordan Lewis that'll be outside. And I think Trevon will be outside. And I don't even think Cheeto will be a corner this year. My opinion. I don't think he'll be a corner.
Yeah. Cheeto
got that at all.
He got that boxy frame. His hips not the best in the transitions. But you look at Cheeto, you would think that he would be naturally more physical.
Watch his highlights. Watch his college highlights. He never made plays on the outside. I don't know why you would put him out there. I would never put him out there. He never made no plays out there.
Yeah, and to go back to what you were saying is that with confidence, week 1 we got Cooper Kupp to deal with, right? And then week 2 we got to deal with Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley and those boys. Right. So, and I think who we play week 3?
We're gonna beat the shot of the Rams and the Falcons.
Oh my,
exactly.
Goodness. Oh yeah.
Let me
so I just don't want
Seahawks.
Confidence, but I think, like you said, he will have it though. He will have confidence and he will get out there.
He don't play, man.
Well, look what he got to deal with in practice, though, Law.
Sure.
There you go.
All day.
I didn't think about
that. How can you not be a good secondary guarding those dudes every day? It don't matter if you is the second team. Our second team corners are solid anyway. So even our wide receivers are getting better because they going up against whoever don't start out of these guys. You going up against Worley, who is a starter on anybody else's team, or you going up against Candidate who can start in the slot on anybody else's team. He's already.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think Candidate outperform and beat AB?
Candidate gonna get his ass cut, boy.
He's a scheme. I think he's a scheme player. Like he fits a physical scheme. If we want to play, I know what type of football Nolan is trying to play based off of these corners that we got. Yeah. They're all physical, in your face, attitude-y. They don't care how good you are, man. Can you play zone? Can you knock the hell out somebody? Can you put your hands on somebody? We can do the rest. So I think this is going to be a scheme-driven pool of guys. They might use guys differently. So you might see guys that are better in this scheme, is what I'm saying, than they have been elsewhere, and you might see guys that are worse in this scheme than they have been here. And the only one I'm thinking about is honestly Jordan Lewis, who I like the most as far as his coverage ability. But as far as physicality, he's a tackler. He will come down, he'll hit you. But size is size, and out of all these guys, he's the least physical in regards to his game. But I think
so from your understanding, is that Jordan hit Park Lewis an outside corner until we get into the red zone situation?
Man.
They get him up out of the paint, and
Leave
you
him
will
out there.
keep you got your dog over there, the Diggs, and then you will have what? Who will be the other outside corner?
I think when you go nickel, I think you move Jordan inside with nickel. He follows your inside guy, and I think you whoever wins as far as on the outside is whoever's the best press cover corner outside of
Right,
Trevon
yeah.
will win that other slot. That could be Reggie, that could be Worley, that could be anybody. So I think that's what you're gonna look at. You're gonna have when it's two when we're running a base scheme, you're gonna see Jordan and probably Trevon. And then when we run 3 or nickel packages and dime, you're gonna see Jordan come to the inside, sort of like Chris Harris with Denver. He plays outside, he starts outside. Well, he's not with Denver no more, but he started outside and then he would move inside with Talib on the outside. You're gonna see that same type of strategy. You know, I think anyway. That's just my opinion.
What if
I mean, you got to be honest, guys. You know, Trayvon he's seen so much talent at Alabama as well with Ruggs and Judy.
Sure.
Yeah. He's seen it all.
Forget the talent. Y'all gonna love this dude because of the way if we play zone with him, even though he can play man, if you play zone with Youngin, man, the way they were trying to play with Cheeto, like playing off, is how he actually likes to play. He play off, but not 15 yards off. He's like 7 yards off the ball. And when he plays zone that way, like you see teams trying to scheme guys open underneath him. His choice selection and his way of like reroute and kind of instinctually getting under the right route is like is ridiculous because he plays like a receiver. He just watches the quarterback and watches everybody in his area, and he dares you to play moss ball with him, like throw it up here and I'm gonna go get it. And that's how he is. And anything underneath, he on it. So it's like I like how he play.
You know, I heard something too, Okoye. Speaking of, you know, man zone, you know, corners that go high, you never draft in a corner because y'all remember around draft time, he was in talks to go for our first pick.
Sure.
Right.
And then the draft just fell how it fell, Ceedee Lamb and you know, Gems and this, that, and the third. But I think that the fact that, like you're saying, he can do both, but I definitely want him impressed. Me personally, I want him impressed more than anything because you got to think, you're not drafting a corner high to play zone. You know,
right.
You drafting the corner high. I feel like you draft Jeff Okudah got drafted number 3 overall because he's gonna go lock up somebody all game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like you said, he can. I've seen him do some really good off man stuff as well. That I was like, wow, because off man is so hard to teach.
I seen this dude come. They ran a post all the way across the field, opposite side. He playing cover 3. They ran a flood underneath him for him to crash down on. He crashed down on it and then still got underneath the route after the fact.
Able to spill.
Oh wow, like an out and up. He was there.
He'll peel off his guy and go and he'll just see it's like he instinctually knows what you're trying to do to him. So if he's on a guy, he'll follow that dig inside and he sees it. He'll peel off just like Asante Sam's used to do, just peel off instinctually and get underneath your route. So if you play with him over there, you're right. When he pressing, you probably not going to deal with him because you're probably not getting open. But when he off, he does it to bait you into doing shit to him, and you can't. Like I'm telling, I like how he play, and they left him out there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So you knew that the ball was going at him, and they when teams went at him, like I think Texas A&M. Or it might have been Texas A&M. I know it was another. It was another red team, but I'm not. It wasn't Oklahoma. I think it was Texas A&M.
Oh, was it Mississippi State?
He got a pick. He didn't get a pick 6. He got a pick that was almost a pick 6 in that game, though.
They must have got a lot of picks though. So
but they was playing with him in that game, and I'm like, every time they try to peel underneath him, he was on it. They didn't, and then you would think that he would get so hungry on biting on underneath routes, you'll catch him with a double move and get him over the top. But his length and his eyes help him with that because he just guesses correctly. So even when you see him get beat, he's barely getting beat. Like he's barely getting beat because he got that recovery speed, get back underneath.
Well, see, Koye, what I think it is though is that he's like he was an ex receiver. Like he's played wide receiver his whole life. Yeah, his whole life he was a wide receiver.
I didn't know that.
Like this, like he's
that's like Sherman too. Then
he's only played 1 year cornerback, so he know routes.
Oh.
He know routes. You know what I'm saying? He just understand routes. Like
I didn't know that at all.
If you look at the Southern Miss game, and I did the film session on this, like he identified the route within like 2 steps, and next thing you know, his head around looking for the football. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I think
what I'm talking about.
I think that's that wide receiver in him. You know what I mean?
Right.
But this my thing though. When it comes to Cheeto and these other guys, even like Jordan Lewis, right? And I've said this a few times, but I don't know if I've said it on the roundtable though. How bad was Chris Richard to these guys? You know, like what if Cheeto was like the and look, shouts out to Law Nation and listen, man, late night hype, bro. Listen, man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give people flowers. When George Logan said, "Yeah, man, we ran cover 3 and we ain't high shit," I was like, "What?" I said, huh? I went back and looked, and I'm like, "Yep, that's cover 3."
That's what they was doing
from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we were probably putting our corner, like we think we need corner, we think we need safety. We were just putting guys in bad spots. So if we
and not masking, imagine how we were a competitive team without hiding shit, without blitzing, none of that.
Sure,
you got guys who, like we said with Cheeto, who you watch, who never made a play for the Dallas Cowboys that they've made, or were in positions to make the plays that they made in college.
Right.
Guys like Jordan, Jalen Smith, who you watch him in the Notre Game footage where he was pass rushing.
He's a pass rusher.
You could not be blocked. Why would you never blitz this dude? I don't understand that.
But he's covering running backs now. But he's covering running backs now.
It don't. Yeah, if he's covering running backs and he's blitzing, that's what I want. Like you can key off that running back and smash down. You shouldn't be on receivers in the slot 5 times, 6 times. If you see a linebacker on a receiver in the slot and it's not like a mismatch that they created somehow with a formation shift, there's something wrong with your defense, bruh. Like you don't ask Anthony Barr to cover slot receivers over and over again. If you get caught one time, cool. We know where the ball going. We're gonna get Cole Beasley, and we're gonna stop the ball in this play, and we're gonna make sure we adjust next play. But they did that in the Chicago game every play. I'm like, what the hell are you? And he was making plays. Like y'all came at him. I'm like, what other linebacker even got a shot in those positions? That shows how good he actually is. But it's just crazy to me.
That's what when we talked to George Iloka about that, and we said, well, all of that being said, how does George Edwards, how do he call his defense? Although he's not going to be the defensive coordinator, he said, well, man, with George Edwards, they're always sending one, and you don't know who. They're always sending one, and you will not know who. So this defense is going to be crazy good.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question.
I want to see LVE blitz too. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let him get about 3 sacks a year or something like. And also Jalen. Listen, I'm trying to move on, but Alden Smith is a guy that can play right end, left end, Sam linebacker, can probably do some stand up outside, weak side blitzy linebacker stuff. So his ass gonna be all over the place.
The way Kansas used Azur Kamara, where he was like, imagine like a corner, like the owner of the corner. He owned the corner on that side of the field, right? Yeah. Whether it was running back was bleeding out that side, whatever. If you use Alden Smith that same way and Tank on the opposite side, even if it's whether it's a hybrid or a 3-4, it doesn't matter. But if those two dudes on anchor and then on the side, on the outside, or even Jalen on the outside, there's nothing you doing out there. Period. Like they control their area that well. Like they funnel traffic that well, and you're not asking Tank Lawrence, you're not asking D-Law to chase down plays on the back end of the field every play now, because dudes can just do his job. I'm hype about the defense, bro. I'm with you though.
Fuzz, let me ask you a question, Fuzz. One last topic. I'm gonna let y'all fellas go because I know y'all busy. Y'all got your own YouTube channels. Y'all fathers, and I'm not, so I don't want to be holding up y'all time like that. It's on the way. Listen, brother Foots. So day 1 or like day 3 training camp, the pads come on, and we're competing period, right? And they put CeeDee Lamb up against Trevon Diggs. Best 2 out of 3. Who wins 2?
CeeDee Lamb, just because he's
my son.
He's a better player.
Yeah.
He offense is always gonna have, I think, the advantage in plays like that, and situations like that. So I'm gonna go CeeDee, but that's not to say that is gonna be an easy. They gonna battle, yo. Yeah, I see it as though they're gonna battle. But I mean, bruh, if you had your board stacked correctly,
sure, you
had CeeDee Lamb as a generational player.
Sure,
you have Trevon Diggs is a good player that can be a great player.
He was 8
So
on 9. Yeah.
that's
My God, boy.
that's what I would.
When y'all say generational, man, good Lord, I can't wait to see.
CeeDee Lamb,
Law Nation, Law. Listen,
could be.
I've done.
He could be every bit of DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh my God,
and more.
Listen,
without question, a better route runner than Dez with the same mindset. It's just it's nothing you can do about it because guess what? If it's a 50-50 ball, I got him going to get it over Trevon.
And he's Alvin Kamara with the ball in his hands. I'm not exaggerating.
y'all stop teasing me, man.
I'm not doing that.
That part is true.
Am I wrong?
Koya's over there nodding his head, so he think Diggs gonna win too. So Koya, what are you saying? Koya? What are you saying? Akuye, what are you saying?
I watch a lot of Lamb.
Facts.
I watched a lot of Lamb, and I watched a lot of Diggs. Right now, Lamb, the way you use them, if you jet sweeping them, you putting them in position, you moving them around a lot. If he getting a free release, he gonna kill you. But he not the press killer. He not a press killer.
Watch my third film session. Watch my third
press killer.
He didn't see it a lot.
Watch my third film session. I did the work for you.
It wasn't called for. But what I'll tell you is, as far as just route recognition and just sticking with a guy, like he be on his brother hip pocket, man, and his brother ain't too bad as far as route running. Diggs, that is. So I don't think Lamb is a guy that's like he work on you because he gonna get those tough yards if you give him the ball. His yak is crazy. His route running is great. But he's not like a burner. It's not like he's gonna kill you over the top. And if you can't threaten Trevon Diggs over the top, he's not scared of you. He's not scared of shit you're gonna do. Anything you're gonna do underneath.
Don't worry
about
it.
I want to see that. But I think that Lamb obviously could beat him 2, 3, even 3 straight times, and then vice versa could happen. So I think that's an even match. But what I disagreed with what you said when you said Lamb is the generational player and Diggs is just a good player that could be great.
Where he lies.
I think they both are generational players.
Whoa, man,
they both are.
Y'all got.
I don't really jump on rookies like that. I really like Trevon Diggs a lot. The way he played, I like him a lot. Like it was no way to even reverse those picks. You know how you say, so well, if you were to reverse the picks and you got this guy in the second round, and it don't matter to me. Both those guys are being our first 2 picks was just dream come true for me. So. Right. I wouldn't disrespect him by saying that he's a notch under at all because that's the chip that he playing with on his shoulders right now, period, because he feels like he's better than the corners that were taken beyond him. And I think I agree with him. He was asked to do a lot more than a lot of corners. A lot of guys are schemed into position. He was not schemed into position. The scheme was his position. Him and that dude, what's it, McKinley, number 15?
Yeah,
that was his name.
Him
and McKinley anchored that defense. McKinley was on the opposite side doing whatever, taking out the tight end in the spot, crashing down and playing that robber position. But I think they're going to do the same thing this year with him and Cheeto. If you're thinking about Tetris, that T shape, the T that sets sideways, he taking that side of the field away from you. And Cheeto taking the middle of the field away from you, and then you got somebody roaming deep, and whatever you want to do underneath on the other side, that's you. I think that's our defense this year, man. And I'm loving it.
I hope both of their generations.
This question gonna go for Voch and Foots because I know they watch tons of tape on these guys. Jerry Jeudy, right? How is he as a route runner in your opinion? And you too as well, Koye. How is his route running in your opinion?
He's incredible. He's
incredible. Jeudy on duty is. I mean, he's the most. He's the most.
Thing about
so
route
if
runners,
I was able to go ahead, Voch.
Thing about route runners is that you're either like a physical route runner, like Beckham, where you just so quick that I just can't deal with your routes, or you're like a shoulder up route runner where I'm setting you up, brain leverage, third move, counter move, and a route running like that. Guys like Cooper special because he's quick. And he's cerebral, and I think of Jeudy in the same way. You know what I'm saying? Judy's one of those guys that think it up. Plus, he's a little bitty quick boy.
So what about you?
And the thing about Cooper is he has long speed.
Sure.
No, I'm gonna leave Jeudy be because from what I've only seen highlights. I haven't watched his all 22 yet.
Because he ain't on your team. Because he ain't on your team. You don't watch nobody that on your team.
Right. I'll watch him though. I'll watch him today.
Don't worry about it.
But I don't want to comment on him and make it seem like I sit here and watch his route run. I watch him on highlights. I haven't watched him you know, break down how he develops in the game. But I watched that with Lamb. That's why I'll comment on that, but I don't want to comment on Judy.
And the reason why I brought that up because now I want them to translate like the difference between Lamb and Judy.
Oh yeah.
I've seen Diggs clamp down Judy, you know, and it's on Instagram, and I know it's just the fun between the two, but they was going back and forth, and I've seen Diggs do that. So if he can clamp down Judy, then what can he do against a Lamb? Now I know Lamb probably be more physical at the top of his route.
Physical. You're not even gonna get into his frame to give it physical with him.
Yeah. So it could be a situation. If you miss your jam, he's gonna embarrass you. I think the first fight in practice or camp will be the wide receivers versus the DBs. I just can't wait to see this, man. But go ahead, Voch and Foots.
I will say this though. Let me say this though, Foots. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go though, Foots. I'm not gonna be long. I promise. There's something to that matchup because if I had to pick CeeDee Lamb to beat Diggs in a way, I would like, yeah, you know, Lamb would probably like catch radius him to death, right? But Diggs like 6'2". and long as shit, you know what I mean? And he can kind of run. So Lamb,
he bullies his brother. Yeah, he do.
So Lamb
he struggles against small little quick guys. He don't struggle against guys like that.
So go ahead, Foots. Lamb would probably have to do something to get open and then yak him. But go ahead, Foots.
That's what it would be right there, and it would be when the ball's in the air.
Yeah.
That's because I don't think when you talk about pure separation law, you probably wouldn't get that with like that's what you're gonna see with Lamb for me. You're gonna have to throw him open some. And you're gonna have to put the ball in bounds and just say, you know what, my guy, because he's a freak athlete. Yeah. That's the difference right there. And if you're gonna have to give him a chance. He's gonna muscle a lot of corners. Now, to Okoye's point, that 6'2", that dog that Diggs got, those arms, Diggs' arms long as crap. It would be different. Now the difference between if you're asking me, Judy and Lamb, me personally, although I would not try to press Judy because his feet, he's gonna get a release because his feet are so clean. From what I've seen, corners that tried to press him ended up getting embarrassed. But I don't think that he's as physical as Lamb. Sure. And so it's kind of apple and oranges. But I think with the ball in their hands, it's not even close. With the ball in their hands, it's not even up for debate. I know Judy may be faster, but with the ball in his hands, CeeDee Lamb gonna run you over, run around you. He's just a better playmaker with the ball in his hands. It's not even close. He's really a lot like Michael Irvin. I'm telling you, he reminds me of Michael Irvin. Like Michael Irvin didn't run great routes, but he just was always available. Yeah. So that's the difference.
Like you said, he's like Dez. That's what I mean. Like they all had that.
Plus, if Lamb,
if you're looking on air law, on air, Judy runs better routes.
Sure.
He's gonna win the all air team. Yes.
Sure.
But in a game, he gonna physical you to a touchdown. He gonna turn a 3rd and 5, and you want a 20, and he gonna score. Because they're not gonna want to tackle him.
Lamb finding the ball in the air, he's special there. Like back show. Like remember how Dez just like figured it out jumping over everybody? Like Dez just knew where to find the ball. Like if Dak and Ceedee can find some kind of rapport, like I'm sure y'all saw that combine footage of him flipping all in the air and just finding the ball and catching it. He got plenty of those in the game, right?
Can't coach that.
Like
you can't coach that.
You know, he can really be like one of them red zone cats that'll really tear things up. And look, I said all that to say I put my mask back on. Hey man, y'all stay in the house so we can get training camp of football on time so we can see this shit. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Y'all done teased the hell out of me today, man.
Anyway,
y'all tease me,
fellas.
Yeah, this was good. This was good stuff, fellas.
Nobody do it like us, man. Nobody do it like us. So with that being said, Brother Foots the King, plug your stuff, please, sir.
Cowboys Nation TV, man. I got my little one asleep, so I couldn't yell today. But normally me and Okoye yell at each other for a little bit, but we ain't yell today. Nah, we coolin', man.
That's the maturity. You see how you calm right now.
That's that dad stuff.
Chill right out. I see. That's why we be chilling. That's the maturity right there. You can't scream like if I could scream right now.
Hilarious.
I can't scream no more, Okoye. Look, nah, my girl and my son right there. We just hanging out.
You know something funny?
Yeah,
you know,
we just hanging out, man. But yeah, thanks for having me on, Voch, and thanks y'all fellas. This was good stuff.
no doubt, man. Listen, man. Something funny I've always said, man, is I never want to be a typical YouTuber or like do like typical YouTube things. You know, I don't like screaming in the camera. I don't like talking fast. I don't want to refer to my followers as like, "Hey, shouts out Lombardi crew. We're back with another." I never want to be that, right? But I look at Okoye and he's calling his people AKs now. So he starts out the video, shouts out to all my AKs, come on in, sit down, and here at Okoye, we are all Okoye. I say, what do you mean? I say, what does that mean? He done turned Okoye not only an acronym, but he's turned into a noun, a verb, an adjective, an adverb.
It always was. That's why, it's like football hijacked my name because it wasn't never meant to be football. Like I said, I put the first video out on this channel, and this is supposed to be my little podcast for everything, like your podcast you do for movies and shit like that. That's what Okoye was, but I didn't have another channel or another name. For the video, so I just did it just to throw it out because I wanted to put it out on something, and I put it out on my own Google channel, and then it became that. So I'm like, then they hijacked. Now it's football, but I didn't want it to be a football thing. It was always accumulated knowledge over years of experience. That was always it.
Brother Okoye, plug your stuff, sir. Where can they find you?
You can find me at Okoye Media, accumulated knowledge over years of experience, man. I say we like it's a bunch of us, just me, but we break down film over here all day long. I've been breaking it down all day today, so happy to be back with my guys, man. Everybody on this round table, which even though it's square, everybody on this round table has helped me do what I like to do in some way, shape, or form, either through inspiration or just direct, information. So I appreciate it. I appreciate doing this again. I missed y'all, man. I won't even lie. Give y'all flowers while y'all here, man. But let's get it. Let's get it. It's gonna be a fun, entertaining off season, even though we gotta wait a little longer for football.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Radio voice James Harden. Brother Law Nation.
Remember.
Hey, guys, hit me up, man, on all platforms. Just type in LAW Nation. You should see my website, my Facebook page, Instagram, and YouTube pages. This is a pleasure, man, being on this round table talking about Cowboys football and beyond. This season can't get here fast enough, man. I enjoy every moment of this. I don't like this. I love it. And we're growing. We are being recognized all throughout the world. There's nowhere we can go where people say, man, who are these guys? They say, yeah, we know who these guys are, right? So let's continue to grow, man. Y'all follow me on all of those pages. And also hit me up on Twitter.
Laws Nation is all on the screen for y'all. All the information was up there, man. So y'all could just so y'all
Kevin Hart of this, man. That's the Kevin Hart of the game.
Yeah, hey, look, hey, Okoye, I remember watching Law before I got in the game, man. Law that dude,
Law already know. He started me. I was like, I was waiting for him to do the. I was waiting for him to do the Dez video. I was like, all right, I know he gonna do it the way I want him to do it. And he's like, he ain't do it. Oh, I gotta do something. That was the only reason. I was like, other than that, I'd have sat and waited for Law to do it.
What you said? Dez is not what?
Dez not guilty.
Not guilty.
That video went crazy. I remember that video.
Over 5 million views. Listen, one of those situations.
Right.
Listen, man. If we gonna do it, we gonna do it together.
Right.
If we gonna do it, we gonna do it together. Ain't no other way. You know what I'm saying? I could try to rip all y'all down, but I drag myself down in the damn process. So ain't no need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And all of us working with each other has lifted us up. I tell y'all all the time, I get motivated. Man. I see y'all dropping stuff, man. I see Okoye dropping something. I see Law getting in his bag and his setup and all that. You know what I mean? Me and Foots will go back and forth on draft talk, man. Like, I need to study more so me and Foots conversational, you know what I mean? Yeah. We if we gonna do it, we need to do it together. And we may not have an example, you know what I'm saying? Because we are all relatively considered small YouTube channels, so there's no like super big version of what we do, so we gonna have to be the example. So if there's any YouTubers watching, anybody that's not a YouTuber that want to be a YouTuber, if you're gonna do it together. We not competing. There's no competition here. There's no competition here. If something happens, y'all know Voch. I drop the video when I drop it. I'm not gonna run to see if I can beat Okoye and get my video out first. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Because
and I was just watching it. I'm like, if y'all do it the way I want it done, I'm like, oh, thank you.
For 2 reasons.
Now, I don't need to do nothing. I'm gonna watch Voch Joe, and I would point people at that video.
For 2 reasons.
You guys might want to write this down for those who watching, man. You go fast by yourself. You go faster, you know. But with everyone, you go further. You go further. So let's work out together, man. And you can go far with this thing. Man, and hey, the world. Hey, I don't want to hear people say the sky's the limit because there's footprints on the moon.
There you go.
We gonna get it done.
And while we speaking of advice, I would tell y'all, man, don't be scared to show love. I asked Law a bunch of questions when I first got in.
All day.
I was asking, and I remember my videos. I was like, man, how can I get views? The way you get views, like these brothers can tell you, you got to be consistent.
Sure.
If you,
I know that better than anybody.
Now, yeah, I've taken about, I would say about 3 weeks off recently, just because my child and life. But we've been in this. You know what I'm saying? It didn't come overnight. We've been in this. We didn't have takes that we had to. I know me personally, I didn't have takes I didn't made that I had to go back and stand on. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was dead wrong.
Eat crow.
And I didn't. But you got to do it. If I tell people, you can't be lukewarm in this thing.
Nah.
Yeah. If you lukewarm in this thing, you ain't gonna make it because you kind of ride the fence.
Sure.
Right.
It's you got to go in.
Sure.
You know, and I that's what I respect about these dudes. These dudes on this channel, in this round table, if they got a stance, it's a reason for it. You dig what I'm saying? So that's the advice I give you. If you lukewarm, you can forget it. And then people turn your video off in a heartbeat.
Man, look at Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan don't do nothing but bring his homies or people that he interested in on his podcast. That's it.
Sure.
You know, and that's what's interesting about it. He's just bringing a bunch of interesting different people.
No mess, no hot takes, just him.
Nobody's arguing. There's no need to.
Sure.
Everybody got a different, and that's what we learning. Like people got opinions. It's not about, it's not about just clashing and throwing your opinion out there. It's like, really, what do you think about it? Maybe you can change my opinion. I don't got a problem contradicting myself as long as I'm using it. I'm leaving it for better information. If I thought that the world was flat and then now it's round, it's round. All right, I'm cool with that. You can prove it to me.
That's called
growth. You can't prove it, I'm gonna argue with you.
That's called growth. Yeah. That's called growth. I change my mind all the time. Have your opinion. Don't let it have you. Late great Black Phillip always say that. But hey, man, listen. Great words, fellas. Great words. I'm Voch Lombardi. VOCHLOMBARDI. Y'all know y'all can follow me on all the social media platforms and all that. You on my channel, so you should be subscribed already. I know most of y'all ain't. Y'all just want to tune in when this little thing get together. But that's all good, man. Hey, stay tuned, man. The season is gonna be spooky, man. All us gonna be putting in work, and it's gonna be plenty of content for y'all to sit back and click on. So with that being said, man, this is Koye Media, Law Nation, Footsie King. I'm Voch Lombardi. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Whiskey is free. There's a big basket of it at the door. Go grab you some. All right? Salute.
Peace.